It is now my pleasure to introduce my classmate and friend, Ryan Lisann, who will be delivering the Harvard School of Dental Medicine Class Day student speech. The title of Ryan's speech is Foresight in 2020.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my apartment, and thank you for tuning in. It's an honor to be speaking to you from a laptop in Cambridge, next to my kitchen, and across from my bathroom. You know when they say you should imagine everyone in their underwear to calm your nerves during a big speech? Well, I think I'll be the only dental student in the history of Harvard to physically give his graduation speech in his underwear. In fact, I had planned to only wear boxers under my regalia for in-person commencement. Just kidding, Mom. I know none of us could have predicted that we would be tuning into graduation from our computers on May 28th, 2020, and virtual commencement isn't what we had all hoped for. But what I've come to realize is that with these unusual circumstances come great opportunities. Although we are physically distant and often feel socially isolated in these unique times, I feel so fortunate to be in a world where we can connect virtually to celebrate this momentous occasion. And for that reason, I would like to express gratitude to all of the families, friends, and faculty for tuning in today, and take a moment for everyone and their loved ones who have been affected by this trying time. Despite a world of uncertainty, it's the support of others that enables our collective march forward. I think it's safe to say that many of us were in disbelief when this surreal existence began to unfold. It's hard to fathom that something invisible to the human eye could change the course of humanity as we know it. And yet, here we are, drinking bleach, reusing toilet paper, and giving graduation speeches while tossing back a cold one. And while I too am still processing this alternate reality, let it not diminish the significance of the hard work and perseverance that have been put forth to reach this huge milestone. I am consistently in admiration of my colleagues who have worked tirelessly to earn their degrees. They are accomplished researchers, champions of global and public health, and leaders in policy reform who will undoubtedly change the face of medicine and dentistry. Can I get a round of applause for the Harvard Medical and Dental classes of 2020? Thank you. Thank you. And for those who don't know, HSDM is the smallest dental school in the country, graduating just 2 more students than I have teeth. Our mighty class of 34 DMDs consists of some of the most impressive, hardworking, fun, and incredibly photogenic people I have ever met. I mean, come on, look at those smiles. And while today is bittersweet because we're not together, I feel so lucky to have shared these past 4 years with you all, and hope this brief overview of our experience rekindles some fond memories. During the first year of our medical education, the medical and dental curriculum are one and the same, with the underlying purpose of demonstrating the importance of integrating medicine and dentistry, lest we not forget that the mouth is indeed a part of the body. And for the sake of completeness, we even conducted our first rectal exam as part of our medical education, which means that I can now market my future practice as a one-stop shop from the bottom to the top. Yes, year 2 of dental school featured our infamous stab lab. We practiced injecting local anesthesia on our classmates. Interestingly enough, everyone was on their best behavior that week. And fortunately, we all made it out of stab lab unscathed but numb. Then not much later saw our first patients in the Harvard Dental Center teaching practice. I can still remember our class's palpable anxiety leading up to our first patients. And will never forget when Calvin told me his suction accidentally ensnared his patient's uvula. But seriously, how are we going to synthesize our dental knowledge, navigate the electronic health record, and handle these sharp instruments appropriately, all while making our patients feel confident in us? Yes, it was just a comprehensive oral exam, but for my lucky patient, it was a 4-hour trip to the dentist. It was intimidating, feeling for the first time that someone was depending on me to provide quality care. What did I know? I was just finishing my 2nd year of dental school. I could barely tell a tooth from a chiclet. Just that morning, I was sitting next to Grace in our pre-clinic drilling plastic teeth on a mannequin without a tongue. But we made it, and I soon realized that it did not matter if we had drilled 10 plastic teeth like I had or 10,000 plastic teeth like Kelly had. If your patient felt comfortable, valued, and respected, it did not matter how long you had been practicing. I like to think there's a reason they call it a dental practice and not a dental perfect. Over these past 4 years, we have learned so much and still have so much more to learn. But paramount to all of the dentistry is that the mouths we treat are part of a person. At the end of the day, our patients won't care that our diploma says Harvard if we don't take the time to listen. This is easy to say now when we're sipping beers in our boxers, but when we get back to work and the exhaustion sets in, let us remember that we are in the business of helping others, and there is no duty more honorable. And while our patients may not care where we got our degree, the reality is that others do. Saying that we trained at Harvard is an enormous privilege, which puts us in a unique position to affect change, especially now when public health is in the spotlight. It's a sad reality that COVID-19 is devastating the same underserved minority, poor and vulnerable populations that already experience the brunt of adverse health outcomes. Let this reality demonstrate that the social determinants of health are really powerful drivers of physical disease. Now, more than ever, in our pandemic-induced virtual renaissance, it is our responsibility to connect disciplines, to work with experts in law, government, business, and education to increase access to care and advocate for policy reform. As future healthcare providers, we have the power to give a voice to our patients who don't have one. In just a few moments, we'll become Harvard grads with fancy diplomas, which means that people will listen to us and we will have leverage. Let us use this leverage to help those who don't have the same privilege we have been afforded. And after all of this big picture stuff, I know what most viewers are probably thinking. But Ryan, what about me? Do I really have to floss? I read this New York Times article in 2016 that said there is no definitive research saying that I need to floss. And in response to that, I give you my parting words. A wise dentist once said, only floss between the teeth you want to keep. Cheers to the class of 2020. We did it.